Apologies for the shaky cam and for the odd lighting. I've been moving stuff around again, and we got some new furniture, and things have just been a little bit chaotic, so a little topsy-turvy while I figure out the new lighting situation. But anywho, I have been working my tail off since November to finally be able to do this video. For those who maybe didn't see my other live videos where I was a little more chaotic about this, maybe you missed some of my posts, hub pages where I had been posting a lot of Sailor Moon articles and other pop culture articles, hub pages is dying. It's going to go under, I believe, in just a few weeks. They were telling us sometime in February, but they didn't give us an exact date. They stopped accepting new articles back in November, and they've not paid me since November. Supposedly, I'm supposed to get one more microcheck in February, and they didn't tell me when that was or how much that's going to be. And they locked me out of my account, and they locked out a bunch of other Hub Pages writers. So, of course, everybody's been scrambling and furious and trying to find a new website to show me their articles to. I've been a website content developer since I was 10 years old. Actually, since I was 9. So making websites is just old hat for me. And I decided, you know what, I should have done this years ago anyway. Instead of messing around with, let's say, Medium, or I think there's another one called like Wizzly or something like that. Instead of just doing something like that and relying on another person who might underpay me, try to steal a copyright, or in this situation, lock the doors and not pay me and just not give me any communication, just doing the Scorpio thing and just doing it all myself. So since late November, I'd been working on moving all of my articles. Now, for Hub Pages, I wrote 184 articles. That's a lot. And some of the articles were a little bit redundant. Some of them I kind of got, I wasn't told to write them, but I was kind of pushed by some of the people who were editors in 2021 and were fired in 2023. I know, warning signs are wonderful. I got pushed into doing some articles that I wasn't comfortable with or that I didn't have enough good information for. So 3 articles did get pulled by me. But the rest of them are currently in migration. I have 105 articles left to migrate, and then I can start going back to making new articles. And one of the things that fueled me is that some of you messaged me, and you folks supported me and gave me a lot of praise, not just because you liked the articles, you liked the trivia and such, you also liked the Y2K graphics. So I'm very happy to tell you they are here to stay because that aesthetic is so pretty. I know it's technically multiple aesthetics rolled up into one, but it just worked with me. So that's enough of an introduction, don't you think? I think it's time we looked at the new hub. So there's a button here on YouTube that lets me spin the camera around. And of course, Sailor Moon. And here we go. And we're just gonna, wow, thanks McAfee. Thanks for ruining the visual. Here we go. Okay. So, when I'm done with filming the video, I'm going to come back and put the link in the description, because I don't expect anybody to memorize it. It's also in the video's description. I'll put it in the comments. But this is korianderportal.weebly.com. Initially, this was just a hub so that I could put all of my websites together in one page as sort of a directory for everything that I do. Now it's also going to help me with directing everybody to where the articles are. So if we scroll down a bit, here is, yeah, I still have hub pages up until this goes away. Here's where you can find all of my articles. And another thing I'm going to put in the comments section too, I actually have a subpage here, Articles by Koriander Bullard, and it's basically just that block, just right there, so you can see the graphics all blown up. So it's all there. So let's go ahead and take a look. Oh yeah, another thing too is that this portal, it's got like places where you can donate. Thank you to everybody who donates. These are my 2 influencer pages. I have one for Walmart now, and of course I've been on Amazon for over a year as an influencer. These are my professional links for my books and where you can get a cameo video from me. I don't know why the camera just jumped like that. That's kind of weird. There we go. That fixes it. All of my stores. I just opened a brand new one on Prettify. I'm still working on it. Wrestling companies that I work with. And down here you'll find Moon Sisters, some of my Sailor Moon stuff, some of my anime stuff, my dolls, of course. Times I've been on TMZ. And this little sponsor box, I really liked coding. It's got some of the sponsors. I'm going to add a few more. I've got a few more sponsors that are helping me out. And yes, even Pokemon Go. So anytime you click on these and make a purchase, I get a stipend. And then down here, I don't get paid for any of this. It's just local weather and your horoscope. What's my horoscope for today? I'm a Scorpio. You might not be able to keep your schedule. Oh, hey, that came true. It may get on your nerves. Your anger could put you in a delicate situation with workmates and friends. Remain calm and focus on tasks on hand. Yeah, my schedule got a little messed up, but not bad. Yes, I selfishly have my wish list down here and my November 3 page. Because I was born on the greatest day ever, November 3rd. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go to the articles. So, a lot of you were most worried about the Sailor Moon articles, so I put them all on Sailor Moon Examination. And this is the home page there. Ties it in with Moon Sisters. My articles for Sailor Moon that used to be on hub pages are all here. This part's done. So all of my old Sailor Moon articles, they're all here. And I've got them separated into a couple of categories if you scroll down. So you can find articles based on your favorite characters and villains and certain arcs. So I've got it all figured out there. All 52 Sailor Moon articles are now live. So yay, that one's all done. This page I did a little extra for. So I also have a personal blog here where I can just talk about Sailor Moon, share a little artwork that I intend to put on Moon Sisters eventually, share some Sailor Moon memories too. Moon TV is a lot of fun. I have a live stream from the official Sailor Moon channel on Pluto, and it works on both mobile and PC. So we're still early into Sailor Moon S today. I also have where you can buy official Blu-rays and DVDs. These are the more current ones. And then over here, if we click on more, I have a physical media guide. And this is where on Amazon you can get almost every single Sailor Moon VHS and DVD for the American market. So if you're looking for your Deke and Cloverway dubs, find it here. Almost all of them are here, so like I'll show you this one for example. This one's not active, I haven't found it yet. This one is. So when you click on it, boom. I don't know who's pricing this, but if that's what you want to pay, you go for it. But you can find all your Deke and Cloverway tapes there. Keep hitting the right button for some reason. Like I said, a few are missing, but I'm working on fixing that. And then, of course, down here you get your Viz Media releases. If you're looking to just get the original series and save a few bucks, the newest Blu-rays are cheap and best quality. So go for that. And then I also have a guide for books. So if you're looking for any specific manga, you want to come here. And I also found a few Japanese exclusives on Amazon. Oh, hey there, Mabook. That's so cool. I'm happy you kept the Y2K girly graphics. Oh yeah, they're here to stay forever. I love that. This is nice. I'm sorry that HubPage is shutting down. I am too. You know, a lot of the editors were pretty cool. Some pushed me in a direction I didn't like, but I learned something from all of them. So I'm pretty sad that they're in the same boat with me. But anywho, I found most of the art books for Sailor Moon. They're all Japanese, of course, but I found most of them on Amazon except for like one or two. So you can click on those, and these are US sellers too, so you don't got to worry about paying extra shipping costs out of Japan. They're all United States sellers. So that's going to be a big money saver. Scout guides. These were Scholastic readers. They only did the Doomtree arc for some reason. I wish they had done more. I would have collected them. The role-playing guides. Oh yeah, Happy New Year. The light novels, which were only 8 books long, that got canceled by Tokyo Pop real quick. These are interesting because they actually do use the Deke names, but a lot of them talk about the episodes that Deke dropped. So they're interesting to have. I have all 8 of them. The Tokyo Pop manga. I love these books. This one especially was like huge in my childhood. I just put fresh batteries in mine again. So yeah, it's got a big Sailor Moon book guide. So you can find all sorts of stuff. And I have a contact form on here. It's just there. So anyway, that's the Sailor Moon part of the page. Now we're going to go to cartoon history. This is an extension of, if I click on home, my uncensored cartoons and history page. This one I'm still migrating articles for, but I'm huge on old cartoons, and I am currently migrating all of my old cartoon articles here. And hi Holden, Happy New Year! And I am not only adding the old articles and updating them, I'm also adding some cartoons. Like my Betty Boop article, where I talk about where she really came from, because a lot of people were sharing the wrong pictures of baby Esther, so I figured I would fix that. I've got a little mini shopping guide here, so you can buy some Betty Boop DVDs and Blu-rays. And then into the article, I actually integrate a lot of the cartoons. And it's getting easier where some of these are starting to fall into the public domain. So some of these articles are going to have more cartoons as they become available. So yeah, that's what Betty Boop originally looked like. This one just went into the public domain on the 1st. And this is the real baby Esther. In case anybody shares any inappropriate photos, these folks are not baby Esther. This is baby Esther, and yes, she was a big influence on Betty Boop. And the official Fleischer family website actually devoted content to it. Check this out. This is the other thing I like about doing my own website, is now I can not only cite sources, but just take you there. This is the Fleischer family's website about who baby Esther was, or is. We don't know if or when she actually passed away. Her whereabouts are kind of a mystery after 1934. But this is the real baby Esther. This person was a large influence on Betty Boop, and she was a literal child. And also, she took a lot of her act from Florence Mills, who was also referenced heavily in some of Betty Boop's cartoons, specifically the cartoon Stopping the Show. It was basically Betty just kind of lifting elements from Florence Mills's act. So there you go. Now you know who the real Betty Boop is. And yes, she is based on black singers. And the Fleischer family does not hide that. They tell the truth about that on their website, and I get to link to it now. So I like that aspect quite a bit about doing this project. But yeah, I'm still adding a lot of articles. I've got a whole bunch of cartoon history to add here. I do have some more anecdotal ones. I loved her story in history. It's sad not much is known about her. I hope she lived a long life. I hope so too. I've heard a lot of conflicting things over the years, but a lot of times it's either people mixed her up with someone who had a similar name, or they just flat out made stuff up. So the Fleischer family is trying to find what happened so they can put up the rest of the story on their website, and I want to help them too as much as I can. So, anywho, I've got lots of cartoon history that I'm adding to this page. Also on this page, I do have a store. Because since certain cartoon characters are in the public domain, I can make t-shirts of them. Nah, 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 nah. So I do have like my parody shirts that have been on TeePublic for a while. They're still allowing it, so okay. But then I also have my new merch on Printify. Milton Mouse, his story I just put up the other day on the history page. I encourage you to read this story because if you haven't heard of Milton before, you're going to look at this and you're going to be floored, not just because of the whole thing between the Van Buren studio and Walt Disney, because it's really going to upend a lot of what you were told, but I also put up a lot of the cartoons. When you watch some of these cartoons, you're going to be looking at Milton and you're going to be like, hey, I actually grew up with this. Because here's the thing, if you ever had one of those 6-hour tapes or those weird dollar store public domain DVDs that had off-brand cartoons, but they were really ancient, you probably grew up with Milton Mouse and didn't know it. When I figured out what I had, I was in love with those old tapes and DVDs. I have a small page here where you can watch some cartoons. I'm going to be adding to that. This is one of the most important cartoons I've ever linked to. This is Buster Bear. I don't think he's in the public domain yet, so not for one more year, so I gotta be careful with this. But check this out. This was actually almost the world's first Looney Tune character. And I have his story up on hub pages at the moment, but when I re-upload it here, you're going to be amazed by just where this went. He almost predates Bosco. He was almost our first Looney Tunes character. He was made by a dude named John Scarfoot McCrory. And what's interesting about McCrory is that Walt Disney personally knew him and kind of looked at him like a senpai. Baby Esther deserves her own biopic. I would love if Baby Esther gets a real documentary. I would be so enamored of that if I'd gotten that. But anywho, I sometimes upload a few old cartoons on my channel if they're in the public domain. I try to stay away from stuff not in the public domain. Some of the Betty Boop ones, I was thinking about tinting pink. This is an experimental one I did where I made it Barbie pink. It's a little more orchid though, so I have to readjust it. If you want me to do more cartoons that are like this, let me know. And of course, you notice my Y2K bubbles. I told you those were here to stay. I'll keep them. So yeah, oh yeah, this was actually Disney's first Cinderella cartoon. It's another one you can watch that's been in the public domain for a good while. Ooh, that was a bit violent. I forgot about that scene. Skip ahead a little more. Walt Disney, he had a studio called Laugh-O-Grams. And he would do these little cartoons with Ub Iwerks and Hugh Harman and Rudolph Ising. That's the original Cinderella that Walt Disney drew. Way different from the Walt Disney Cinderella you grew up with, right? But yeah, I'll be adding more cartoons here. I also have a mini downloads page. I like the Barbie pink Betty Boop. Make more with the pink color. Okay, you got it. I will do it. This is a downloads page. Disney used to have this other website for rewards members where you could spend your points on like coloring books and stuff. It went away during the pandemic. So I grabbed what I could, and I have coloring sheets and mini books and all sorts of downloads. So if you have like kids of your own or little brothers and sisters or cousins, or if you're babysitting or teaching somebody, this is a great little hub. Yes, there's Sailor Moon, of course there would be. And some of these are educational too. Like I have a few that are from National Geographic that are also educational coloring books. So you can like print up some stuff here if you have a printer, or if you go to the library and use their printer. I sometimes have to do that if my printer's not working, but mine is at the moment. Next is the Girly Pop Gazette. This is an extension of my Koriander Dolls website. Initially, I just started this page for fun. I just wanted to do like a little hub for my doll collecting. So I've got like a bunch of selfies on the main page where I cosplay even with some of my dolls. And then after hub pages blew up, I decided to move a lot of my articles here. So I've got personal blog here. There's my latest dolls. And then Girly Pop Gazette, let's go back there. So my doll articles and girl media in general is going to go here. I remember seeing that 1923 Cinderella cartoon on the 2005 Platinum Edition of Cinderella. That's a good place for it. I hope future Cinderella DVDs have that. There's Claudie. I love my Claudie doll. Yes, I love my Claudie. So here in the Girly Pop Gazette, I am putting up my doll articles and girl media articles. So like, overnight, I re-uploaded my Build Lily article. This was the doll that inspired Barbie. There's not a lot of Build Lily media out there because Mattel has been suppressing her since 1961. And I go into that at the end of the article. But Lily, if you've not seen her before, she was based on this comic strip character. And she was sold in the tabloid Bild. Bild today is like ultra conservative out in Germany, so I don't really like reading it. But back in the 50s, they had this cartoon strip, and it became so popular that Lily got two different sizes of dolls. So you could get her in like a 7-inch or an 11.5-inch, 12-inch really. Sort of like Sailor Moon dolls. This is my picture here. Those are my dolls. And she was so popular that we actually did get Lily 2 years before Barbie. If you go to the antique store and you see a doll that says Lily Marlene, that's actually a real Build Lily doll. And she came to the United States before Barbie. So don't let anybody tell you anymore, oh, Barbie was the first doll with breasts. No, she wasn't. There was Lily, there was Grant Plastics dolls. That's a whole other story. There were also a lot of Lily bootlegs. These sometimes appear on eBay. Some of them are from Hong Kong. Like, oh my god, she's smoking. But you don't want to know how much Lily and clone and bootleg Lily dolls go for. Even the worst bootleg doll is like more than some people's houses. It's insane. People just love Lily. Now, what's really cool? She actually had a live-action movie before Barbie. 1958. I just watched this with my mom because my mom's fluent in German, and this is such a cool movie. So Lily, she works at a newspaper. She's supposed to be working on articles, and she winds up being tangled in a murder case. And the way she just like Barbie doll smiles her way through everything is so intense. The way she takes to the worst situations is amazing. It's sort of a dark comedy. It does have a really happy ending. I just loved this movie. I've watched it 3 times since it got uploaded. If you go to YouTube themselves, use their feature to put the closed captioning up so you can read it for yourself in your own language. Because if you don't, it's just in German. This was considered lost media for a long time. Oh, hi GQ. Yeah, this is pre-Barbie history. This was considered lost media for years, so when this dude here uploaded it to YouTube, I was just so happy, because before then, I saw a clip of this movie on, I think it was AMC when I was a little girl, but never the whole thing. Now that I've seen the whole thing, oh my god, I am in love with this movie. So you gotta check it out when you come to this page. But yeah, I go over like how Lily existed for about a good number of years before Barbie and how that story ended. So it's a really good article, and you can watch the Lily movie. I encourage you to like watch the Lily movie and then the Barbie movie, because that's just a good twofer, because I really do like that movie a lot. I'm glad I saw it on TBS the other day. I also linked to the Betty Boop article on here. I reviewed my Hatsune Miku Blu-ray. I wonder if it has subtitles. If you go to the YouTube link, and click on the closed captioning, the English subtitles pop up as an option. That's how I did it. If it doesn't work right away, click on auto translated. It works the same way. So yeah, I love watching, discovering old vintage doll movies. It's an interesting time within doll history. It really is. But yeah, I've uploaded quite a few articles. So like I did a review of my Miku Blu-ray, which they sold at Walmart. I did an article on Tassel Fairy, which most of her story is in the Amazon movie Glitter and Greed, which is all about how Lisa Frank just did her dirty. But I put the rest of the story in this article for you if you're not ready for the documentary yet, but I do link to it as well. Holden. Speaking of Bill Lilly, I was recently drawing Lily next to Barbie in paper and pencil. Ooh, I'd love to see that when it's all finished. I also did an article on Tenko and the Guardians of the Magic. If you've not seen this show, the whole series now is on YouTube. And this was one of my favorite shows when I was a little girl. It came on the same time as Sailor Moon. And it's got live action segments. So there's a real magician. Her name is Princess Tenko. And she's out of Japan. And the live action parts, she does magic tricks, and she shows you how to do some at home. And then the animated part, she's a magical girl, but she has magical boys in her team, magical men who transform with her instead of other magical girls. Oh, except for Allie, she's like her apprentice, so she does transform, but that's late in the series. It was done by Saban, and it auto-load. Here we go. It was done by Saban, and there was a special that they did with Kimberly the Pink Ranger, where she introduces Tenko. It is so insane. And Tenko has connections to all of this. So, like, if you go to Tubi right now and you watch Space Sheriff Gavin, which is part of Metal Heroes, which gave us VR Troopers and later Beetleborgs, she's in episode 29. And she sings in the episode, and her voice is really cute. But this show is tied in with all of these shows. It is a crazy story. Read about the situation with Amina. Feel bad for her. I think her colors and designs are prettier than Lisa Frank's. If you go to the article on Amina, I link to her book right at the very top. She and her wife are going through some problems right now, so I also linked to her GoFundMe. And this is her book. I'm thinking about ordering a copy because the colors are super, super cute. And it's got a really positive message about just loving yourself the way you are, which I think is great for kids. Got my Charmy Kitty article up. Of course, I'm starting to add my Barbie articles. I have a bunch of Barbie articles that are coming to this page. I just haven't migrated them yet, but they're coming pretty soon. So yeah, this is going to be all girl media. And speaking of media, if we click on more, we go to the Sugar Pop Movie Guide. This one took me a very long time to finish. Here I have all sorts of movies that I've linked to. The ones up top, they're just girl movies in general. So like there's Sailor Moon, there's Thoroughly Modern Millie. If you haven't seen it, this is a great film. Hello Dolly, Wizard of Oz. And then down here, I have almost every single Barbie movie and special ever made, except for, I think, 5 that are Netflix exclusives right now. But I found VHS tapes and DVDs for all of them, including the Teresa one that hasn't come out yet. So if there is a Barbie movie you haven't seen or one you've been looking for, this is now your guide. This took forever for me to put together. I found all 4 of the Bratz movies, including the live-action one nobody talks about, and nobody should talk about it. Most of the American Girl movies, except for the ones that are, like, streaming only, this was a little tougher to find. A lot of people don't believe that American Girl has had a stream of movies, but I found most of them. I think there is a spot for Corinne's movie. It was on Amazon Prime. It's gone missing. I'm going to find it again and put it here. And then I poorly misjudged how many My Little Pony movies there are. So I just put up like compilation sets. I remember Barbie and the Nutcracker as the kid. That's my favorite direct-to-video. How was Barbie and the Nutcracker? I remember the ads, but I never actually saw it. CBS used to play Barbie movies. I just never took the time. But I did compilations for the My Little Pony sets because there's so many of them. Like, the Equestria Girls alone had more movies than I ever realized. So I was getting tired, so I just put up collections, and these seem to be the cheaper options anyway, and they give you more content. So if you're looking to collect the videos, just do this. It's a lot cheaper, and you get all of them. I did put up some Disney. I found some princess stories, which are not on Disney Plus. The Enchanted Tales, which is still not on Disney Plus. And, of course, the main princess movies and their sequels. I didn't do them in order, though. I should have done that, but it's okay. I also found all of the Tinkerbell movies, which I've watched almost all of them. I think I'm just missing the last one, which is on Disney Plus. I had the DVD and it uses motion capture from a ballet company. I remember seeing Samantha and American Girl numerous times. Yeah, I watched Samantha too on the WB channel. I remember thinking the casting was awesome. Like, they looked so close to the books. But yeah, I've watched most of the Tinkerbell movies. She deals with a lot of drama. It's no wonder she's got an attitude when Wendy comes into the picture. But yeah, oh yeah, I found Princess Party DVD as well. That was a little hard. I don't have Disenchanted on here. I think that's streaming only for now. I tried looking for a DVD and I couldn't find it, but I did find Enchanted. I've not watched the sequel yet, but I did like the first one. But anyway, if you're looking for just something fun to watch, I've got a big movie guide here. And then, let's see, what else did I add here? This page is still growing. It's a work in progress. But this is where I put a lot of my doll pictures. As you can see, I didn't put up a lot of my American Girls yet. There's a channel on YouTube that actually talked about the Princess Party movies. Oh, I gotta remember her name again. Sailor Guardian Hope, that's who it was. Yeah, she's got some great videos. I love her. She's cute. But I've got a lot of my doll pictures here, but I haven't added all of them yet. I still have a bunch that I need to add. So this is going to be a work in progress. Like, see, I've got a lot more Hello Kitties. I just added, like, the first bunch I could get my hands on. I remember liking the first Tinkerbell movie. I saw the teaser on the DVD years ago. Yep, I had heard about the novel series. There's also a manga for it. It just came back not too long ago, too. The manga goes into Peter Pan. The movies got canceled before we got to Peter Pan. On the fun page, I coded some games. So I made a tic-tac-toe game. And this works on mobile as well as PC. Oh, it's a draw. So it's Skipper versus Barbie. I have a Ken game that I made too. That's where you have to turn all the bad Kens into good Ken. For good Ken, I chose Life in the Dreamhouse Ken because he's sweet. And bad Ken, of course, is in the Barbie movie. So that works on mobile too. It's a good stress reliever. And you don't use real money in this. It's just play money, but you can play slots here. You just put in like how many play coins you want to put in, and then you spin the slots. And it's all Beach Barbies. Whee! Had the Ken doll in the first picture, tie-dye tank top, and realistic blonde hair. Yeah, I've got him too. He's in my room somewhere. I need to bring him back out. I love him. I love long-haired Kens. I want more of them. I also have like printable word searches, and this one was cool. I went to the Wayback Machine and I found that American Girl's website used to have a thing where you could make your own paper doll. So you print this up and you draw your paper doll with whatever OC you want, and you color in the clothes and you cut them out, and it's your American Girl. Because the American Girl magazine used to have paper dolls in the center, and I used to play with those. Mini games are nostalgic. Thank you. The old Barbie website had placemats and little things for Barbie houses, so I grabbed those files. You can download them back. The official Barbie movie website for a while had watch party kits. If you want to have a party and invite your friends over to watch the movie, it's got like all sorts of stuff. Like, I wonder if the page is still live. Please be live. Yes, it's still live. They've got like games and such you can play with your friends while you're watching the movie, and decorations and posters. So of course I linked to that, and I've got the Wayback version in case it ever goes away. And then over here, I remember Bratz Rock Angels. I also remember the PS2 game. I was never much into Bratz, but I just saw a picture of their new silver Y2K outfits. I kind of want Sasha. She's cute. Anyway, this is where I link to a bunch of sites that have printable stuff for your dolls. So you can print up like little comics, little books and such. Shellywood has all sorts of great tutorials for making doll clothes, mostly Barbie and Skipper and Bratz. I just love these pages. So if you're looking for like some real DIYs to get into for the dolls you already have, or even your action figures, these pages have everything sized right. And You Love It also has like a coloring page too for Bratz and Disney Princess. Oops, I forgot one more thing. Let me go back over here. This is kind of a work in progress. I'm working on making doll memes because I like making people laugh. I haven't really finished this yet though, so this is going to be a long time before that's done. And see, Pegasus is like getting impatient. And, oh yeah, I do have a mini store. It's tiny. It's just so tiny. But if you like my Y2K designs, I drew this. Sasha's cool, especially the voice they give her in the TV series. Yeah, I do remember the Bratz TV show. Have you ever played the iconic Disney Princess Enchanted Journey? So, I've got one of the games on Wii. I did a playthrough a couple years ago, but I should have put new batteries in my Wii remote. I need to do a new playthrough of it, because I really like that one. But anywho, I've got some Y2K stuff. I'm going to be adding the rest of them, because I got a bunch of Amazon links that I need to add. Some of them I have on TeePublic as well. What's my opinion on Gem? I watched it when it was on this channel called Cubo. It's gone now. Gem, I like the visuals of Gem. I thought the songs were great. And then everybody opened their mouths. Like, her boyfriend Rio, he's trash. I hate him. The main villain, Eric, he is so misogynistic. He makes Jedi look pleasing. I kind of felt bad for the Misfits. I feel like they're just made fun of because they're different. And I feel like Gem could have been a lot nicer to her mom before, you know, the plane incident. One time the American Girl website had a create your own AG doll game. You know, they still have a create your own feature on the website. You just got to order the doll through it. I made an order for Christmas. She should be coming, I think, next month. Gem is my name. No one else is the same. Gem is my name. My mom actually used to have the Gem dolls. She liked the dolls more than the TV show. We were kind of thinking about maybe getting the new Gem doll, because she's got a cute pink dress. that just totally matches my aesthetic. I wonder if TeePublic, yep. So on my TeePublic, I've got a couple of shirts here and there that I drew. I was trying different art styles. Let's see. I did like a pink map t-shirt because I thought it would be very Barbie. And then I've also got a bunch of these Y2K designs. Some of them are on Amazon, so I will be adding those links too. I had a lot of fun drawing these. I think this one might be my favorite. That one and this one are my two favorites. But I've done like a little bit here and there. I might actually make a few more of these just because it's fun. So yeah, my store is tiny. It's going to grow though. So that's that page. The next page is WrestleZette. I am huge on wrestling. I drew this. And I have some wrestling articles. I only uploaded one so far, but I'm going to add the rest. This article I loved so much. Diamond Dallas Page, who's actually in the movie, he actually shared my original article. I was so happy about it. If you like Y2K, this movie's got plenty of Y2K fashion with the Nitro girls. They're just dressed super cute in this movie. It was on Tubi the other day. I don't know if they're going to keep it on Tubi or not. And it's frequently on TNT and TBS. I love this movie. A lot of people were down on it for some reason. I don't know why, because it's got a lot of heart. It's about these two guys, and they find out that their favorite wrestler... I wish Sailor Moon would get new dolls. My brother said he wished that Sailor Moon would get a new video game, too. We were watching Matt McMuscle's video where he went over the PlayStation game and how awful it is. And my brother said he wished they would come out with a new game that was like the Super Nintendo games in Japan, but like with the villains. So we were talking about Sailor Moon earlier. But anyway, Ready to Rumble is about these two guys. They find out that their favorite wrestler has been fired from WCW. And they just try to help him get his job back. And it's got baby John Cena. That's John Cena before he was famous. He's right in the background in the workout scene with Bill Goldberg. And it's a really heartwarming story about how these boys just want to help their favorite wrestler, you know, get out of hard times, basically, and get his life back on track. It's a heartwarming comedy. It's a lot of silliness, and I just love it. I've got more wrestling articles coming, and I have a mini store. I drew this. I drew this. I drew this. And I sell workout supplements now. And these are my TeePublic store drawings. I drew these. I think I'm most proud of that one because I'm trying to do more with pixel art. And this one came out very Final Fantasy, and I like it. Final Fantasy VI, that was my introduction to RPG games. This one took me a long time to draw. I wanted to get the lighting right. And on Amazon, yes, I have a book about how much I love wrestling. And this is one of my husband's companies. Didn't Bandai make Sailor Moon Eternal dolls in 2021? So they made, when Sailor Moon Eternal came out, they made Super Sailor Moon, 2 different versions of Princess Serenity, Super Sailor Chibi Moon, Super Sailors Mercury, Mars, Venus, and Jupiter, and that's it. And I want them to make more because I have Chibi Moon and Sailor Moon, and I love them. They've got incredible joints. Their faces are amazing. Their hair is really nice. They're about the same size as Pretty Cure dolls. So they're smaller than the ones that I used to collect. Well, still collect. But yeah. This one, I wonder if it'll let me zoom in. Oh wait, no, this is the one with the zoom in screen. That's right. This is my husband's laptop. Holden, I found my old drawing of Super Sailor Moon and Chibi Moon. done in October of 2010 when I was 16. It made me emotional when I found it. Aww. That's so cool. When I did this one, I actually drew when my husband used to wrestle, because he wrestled for a good while. And here I draw him doing this move called the Irish Whip. So I said I like my coffee with an Irish whip. I had a lot of fun drawing that. But yeah, this is a baby page. I'm going to add more stuff to it. If you go up here to WrestleZet TV, I did a lot of interviews and such with professional wrestlers, and hopefully I'll get to do a few more this year. I do a lot of work with MMA Crossfire. Oh yeah, I was also on TV with my husband and Joe Hendry. We were on TV for TNA. So, like, I hope to do more. I do a lot with MMA Crossfire, so I'm hoping we'll do some more videos this year. So yeah, this is a baby page. It's going to grow. And then lastly, I've got one more baby page. This is for my lifestyle and pop culture articles. It's a baby. It's weirdos. This is where articles about music and movies are going to go, and just some stuff I couldn't categorize in the first ones. This was an interesting article. I don't know if you've ever heard of this group called I-5. You can find them on YouTube and on Spotify. They were a girl group that were just here and gone really super quickly. I like their song First Kiss, but the song that they're really known for is Cinderella. You may know the song if you've seen a lot of anime music videos. They did the song first, and then Play covered it, the Cheetah Girls covered it, She covered it, Tata Yun covered it, and a lot of the covers end up in anime music videos, like for Sailor Moon and for Pretty Cure and Cardcaptor Sakura Online, but they did the song first. Aww. I'll give you a big hug, Holden. But I've got two of their songs up here and an old interview from 2000. I kind of like them, so I didn't want them to stay lost to history forever. I did... Yeah, I knew you'd know the song Cinderella. So I did this long article about their entire career, how they got together, who they were. I wish I could find what they're doing now. I don't know if they're on social media. Everything about them after 2001 is kind of vague and mostly just fan rumor, but I didn't want them to be lost to time. So when this page grows, there's going to be more music articles and a lot more movies and such. So again, if you still like my aesthetic, you'll find plenty of that here. So there we go. Let me get some water here. So yeah, when I jump off the video, I will put the link in the comments so that you can more easily find the page if you didn't want to type all that out. This was my, there were a lot of groups and musical acts that were here and gone in the 90s to early 2000s. I wonder if Spotify will let me share my playlist. I'm going to look at the app and see if they will. I might add it to one of these pages because I've got a pop playlist and it's full of acts that were just here and gone so quickly in the late 90s to early 2000s. A lot of them found like a second career in Europe, and then some just poof, vanished. Like I-5 just completely vanished. So I wonder if it'll let me put it here. This would be a nice, since there's a blank spot here, I would love to put a Spotify list here. Like the old MySpace pages used to let you put your playlist there. I wonder if it'll let me do that. Because if so, that would be a nice feature. I usually listen to a lot of metal too, but I think for these pages I should go with my pop playlist. So anyway, that is my new hub. My answer to hub pages. Oh yeah, I have another personal blog up here too. This is just, oops, wrong button. This is like, life stories. Why did I write certain books the way I did? Like this is for my Nutcracker book, Clara Krampus and the Rat Nutcracker Curse. I go into why I wrote the book and why the artwork is the way it is and such. My Key-Chun books, which I'm working on the 4th one. My wrestling artwork. I put like a little bit of everything here. Eventually the wrestling artwork's going to go to WrestleZat. But yeah, it's like my personal little blog here about, why I do the things I do. All my artwork. That pic of you and Corinne is adorable. Well, thank you. I miss the time when Corinne came out. I do too. And here's a fun fact. So this is actually my husband's laptop. We have it in here for right now because we're still moving some stuff. But if you come up here, Corinne's right there. Hi. So like there's Corinne, there's my Magic Attic Rose doll, there's Kira, and my Winter Princess. Want to see the world's messiest shelf? Here you go. See what I mean? I told you I had more Hello Kitty. I haven't put all of them up yet. The ones that I need to photograph next are my Y2K era Hello Kitties. I've got Hello Kitties from 99 and 2000. I need to photograph those. There's my Miku. I still have one of my old Yume Twins boxes. I've got plushies and all sorts of stuff I haven't really organized yet. So I really need to organize that at some point, along with my Sailor Moon hats. But yeah, Corinne is like right up there. My desk is such a mess. I hope you're living well in that box. So fun fact, I actually need to stand them up because apparently they keep better if you stand them up. But as you can see, I've got like a lot of stuff to work on. Oh, how about another sneak peek? So in this little bin over here, by the way, this is a Bandito mask that my friend Jose sent, and my husband and I really love it. Over there, I've got Grant plastic dolls. These are from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. So this one here is from the 50s. That's from the 40s. That's from the 40s, and behind him is a baby doll from the 30s. He actually came in a tuxedo mask sort of outfit. I didn't make that. He was already dressed like Tuxedo Mask in the 40s. This is a dress I'm almost finished with. It's a Princess Serenity inspired dress. So yeah, I'm working on sewing outfits for the dolls. But you can see they have breasts. They existed way before Barbie. I have an article that will be migrated to Girly Pop soon all about them. Believe it or not, they actually had third gender dolls too, like dolls that had breasts but also mustaches. Amazingly forward thinking back then. And you can find them all over antique stores. Sometimes on eBay too. So I just love collecting those. They're not made of plastic. They look like plastic, but it's composite. And they've got the sleep eyes like an American Girl doll. Just so much history with those. I really love them. But soon you'll read all about that on Girly Pop Gazette. Because that's one of the articles I'll be migrating soon. But yeah, this is where all of the articles are going. And I've got 105 articles left to migrate, and then I can start producing new content again. So I am just really happy that I can finally move forward with this. But yeah, you can see all my Dolly selfies here, and let's see, yeah, if you click on them, they blow up to full size, so you can see like the rest of the picture. Zoe's long since passed, but she's still on my websites. I miss her. But yeah, I'll be adding a lot more content soon. So I think that should pretty much do it. I'm going to go ahead and shut off the video, post the link in the comments so that everybody can check them all out. And thank you so much for checking out the video and for checking in on me. Please look forward to some new content for the new year. I will see you folks soon.